Yellow, yellow. Oh, my camera's not on. Pro streamer. I don't know if it's pointed in the right direction, honestly. There we go. That'll do. So the light's on behind us too. But the question is, how do I do that? There we go. Sometimes my brain stops working. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely pointing too high. I also need to sit up in my chair. There we go. Alrighty. Trying to think exactly what we're talking about today. I might just be doing card art. I have a feeling it's going to be a quiet Friday, but I think we shall see. I did do some cool stuff over the past few days, which is fun. Is my stream not working? Hold on, sorry. Seems like it should be. There we go. Okay, yeah, we're good. We are good. Yeah, I actually participated in a thing and made an entire game in, 2 entire games in 2 days, which was, needless to say, a lot of work. Hopefully my music isn't too loud. I think it should be okay. But yeah, I made a whole, like, Western themed gambling horror survival game. I think it turned out pretty cool. I was pretty worried about it, but it actually ended up working out. So this was for the what's it called? Blackthorn Prod YouTube channel. They do like video game challenge stuff. Or not challenge, but like different videos, right? On the specific one is like different game engines build, or different game devs build in different game engines to make a you know, a game. And I was selected for board game category essentially. And yeah, I managed to make this in. This game is a 24-hour game, and then I also made a game in an hour. So it was definitely a challenge. I'm pretty tired, honestly. It was like 2 days ago, but I'm working on like some supplemental stuff, some videos for their or videos for my section of the video. A video for the wow, I can't talk. My portion of their video is like what I'm trying to say. This is the Blight of Blackridge. So this is the really more interesting game. I mean, I can show the you know, the hour-long game, but it was not a whole lot to look at. This one, on the other hand, turned out actually pretty cool. I was pretty worried about it because when I was playing it originally, it was pretty bad. But then kind of, okay, bye. But then it actually turned around and actually turned out pretty dang good. So, turn off the cat cam there, seeing as she's not there anymore. But yeah, I actually really had a good time doing it. It was exhausting. and pulled like 2 14-hour days in a row. It was basically like a game jam, honestly. what it ended up being, but yeah, it was pretty fun. I'm gonna have to play it with 4 people because I've only played it with 2 people so far, like me and one other person. But I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. So this is my favorite card right here. I'm really proud of the fire on it because I actually hand drew that. Not like the icon. Well, I did the icon too, but the fire around the edges is hand drawn. It looks better not in Tabletop Simulator, but you know, here we are. I can show you. Let's see. Oh, that's the icon version. Let's just pull up the actual card version. Oh, you know what? That's actually here. Because I did all of these in like one file. It's not typical of me, but look at that. I think that's pretty sick. If I do say so myself. I was like surprised what I could do, you know? So that it felt good. Felt good to make. And the death card is kind of cool too. I feel like it maybe could have just been fully black, but instead of sort of translucent. I guess it works. It could have been darker, I think. Anyway, it's still cool. Yeah, maybe I think rather than kind of like talking about it too much, unless anyone had like questions specifically about it, I probably want to double check out my okay, it is working. So I want to make sure my chat was working. Yep, okay, cool. Because I reinstalled or updated my chat program. So yeah, rather than talking about it too much, I think I might just want to, in a few days, to do just like a play test with me and my friends, and maybe like have that online just to show it off. But yep, it was a good bit of fun. So I'm probably going to just do some card art today then for Armies Gets Entropy. I could work on my devlog because I do need to do that too for the you know, to show off the games I just made, and get that for their channel because it's not for me. I can't just take my time. So yeah, I think that is yeah, my brain is not firing on all cylinders today. I basically need to besides that, I probably just need to work on some more cards for armies. Void Hollow. Right. It's kind of hard to like keep switching my brain around for these things right now, but we're doing our best, you know? Oh, sorry. Big yawn. Ba-dum-bum. Sorry, I was just checking checking something. Okay. All right. We want to look at. We want patch history. I gotta refamiliarize myself because it's been like a week plus. Plus a few days, like a week and a half since I've worked on this game. And I am very sleepy. I probably won't stream that long today unless, you know, things start popping off. Just because I don't have a ton of mental energy to stream this late. Unfortunately. This is the wrong file. We want beta cards. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll probably stream for like an hour or two. Probably two, but once we get into something, it'll be fine. Especially if we're just drawing. It's good and potentially mindless. All I'm trying to say, not promising the most intellectually stimulating thing, at least not on my own. So we'll just be probably doing something just drawing, you know. So we do have a wasteland planned. What's the what kind of cards did I say I needed? Is it in here or is actually no, it's at the bottom of this article. This yeah, right here. Okay, wait, so we need one more monster. We need one more land and then one more curse. And the monster we wanted specifically to be a stronger one. I think it could be cool to have it be the one that consumes minions and deals extra damage, but I'm not entirely certain the mechanics of that. I do like this wasteland that draws minions when ruins or monsters are killed. It could even be lands too. I do like that idea. I'm trying to think what I would base it off of. Let's look at a lot of the time, like all the existing wastelands are based off of other cards. Like the player cards, they're like just I don't know if I should just keep on that whole trend because it's not really, it's kind of just there for no reason, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of go focus mode today. I can't talk and I am tired. And I'm just not great at talking to myself right now. So hopefully that's okay with everyone. I could make like a evil version of the turtle, which I think could be kind of fun. Ooh, like something, okay, I'm getting ideas. Stay focused, sure. Yo, Maximus. That's what you're here for. You're here to keep me focused. I'm a tired boy. Thank you for joining me. It was lonely without you. Oh. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to be hyper talkative. I mean, well, I can definitely be talkative. It just was getting hard to talk to myself. I was falling asleep. I can't show you my new game that I made in 24 hours. Look at it. It's a whole ass game. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, but I have another question. Sure. Well, this whole game, just a game that I made. May I see the singular hour game? You sure can. This is the singular hour game. Its art doesn't look great. Look at this monster. Isn't he cute? And there's just a little guy. So the concept I ended up going with is it doesn't look great, but it actually is a fully fledged game. It is playable and everything. The concept, because it's a survival, so the topic I got, I don't think I told this yet. Yeah, because I guess I've been on stream since then, but the theme was survival horror, and I was like, how the heck do you make that into a board game? And I have like a little devlog I'm doing on it that's gonna be on their video, but I don't love like the color choices I picked here, but you know, it's fine. That's a tangent. Survival horror is really difficult to do, especially without good graphics, right? There's no whatever. It's really hard to do any sort of immersion for board games because horror pretty much relies on that. You could just do, you know, like thematically horror, which is, I didn't really feel like just trying to focus on like a story, right? I could have just done something. I'm immersed already. Yeah, this little guy, he's just very immersive, isn't he? Basically, and one of the points I bring up in my video is like, when was the last time like a board game actually scared you, right? So, which is never, right? But the concept here is like, okay, how can I mechanically make a board game at least suspenseful? And so the idea is I just decided Battleship was the option. So basically each board would be set up the same, right? The only time a board game can scare you is your brother lunges at you after 9 hours of Monopoly. True. That's very fair. But yeah, basically you set up these boards the same. I'm not going to actually set them up fully. You know, you have one player on one side and one player on the other. I knew it was Battleship the moment I looked at it. I was going to say, I thought, no way, it's Battleship. Let me let him talk. Yeah, so it is Battleship. Except instead of, you know, shooting things, the idea is it's like just like it's basically a maze game, right? So the player can roll dice, and whatever number they get, they, you know, can move that many spaces, right? Then the monster goes, he moves, and then you report your positions at the end of the round. The little guy's objective is to get a key and then get to the door with the key. So you know, you get to the key, you pick it up, and then you get to the door. That's the goal. And there's 2 doors and 2 keys, so the monster can't just like camp and win that way. And then there's also this very familiar looking logo. This is a power up, and if you get the power up, you get just a new dice. It replaces your old one. You can roll at a higher dice level. And that's the game, which I would argue is pretty good for an hour long. I was like, I have to base it off something existing, right? And I think we talked about that on Monday. Yeah. I mean, I did do like a bit of brainstorming when I got the, you know, the prompt, but making the entire thing took an hour. It's like at least entertaining for 75% of the first playthrough. Yeah, and I was thinking of potentially carrying this to like doing the 24-hour game with this concept instead, because the blind mechanic is just really interesting, but I just couldn't think of like, it could be expanded, but I don't think in any sort of meaningful good way, really. I was thinking like you could use, like have cards that would, you know, empower different things. You could lay traps and that kind of stuff, which I think would be cool. And maybe that's something worth exploring at some point, but I thought I could just do something better for the longer game. And yeah, so this is what I ended up going with for the hour game. Like I said, it's not perfect, but yeah, it doesn't have much of like the quote unquote survival aspect, short of like you're not supposed to die. And I guess there's like resources you can grab, which are, or upgrades you can grab, which is kind of survival-y, but you can make a board game about players trying to read what the other one's objective is while chasing them / being chased, etc. Yeah, I mean, that's basically, you know, kind of what this is, but... And I thought, like, you could... Oh, I forgot one of the mechanics. I don't know if you ever played Codenames, but they have, like, a card which shows, like, where everything is placed. So the concept was you'd have, like, a bunch of these, and then you could randomly adjust where the game pieces are by, like, rotating it or grabbing new ones, and it would place it in different mazes. And then you could also have different maps as well. So like kind of add more random variation between maps. So that was the one other feature I added. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then the other option I thought would be kind of interesting is if the player and the monster had different mazes, potentially. So, like, the monster would have to take a different path to get somewhere than the person, but I didn't have time to do a second board, so I was like, eh. But I think it could be, like I said, it could be expanded, it could be a thing. I don't necessarily feel like I need to do that. Maybe a build project for a stream or something at some point, but we only had an hour, but you could add more types of objects that required for different routes and different player objectives, maybe, etc. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot you could add. But yeah, I didn't think it was like so interesting that it should deserve 24 hours necessarily. Yeah, I mean, I thought it's at least interesting. I literally haven't even played it. I imagine it's just, it probably gets difficult for the monster because, well, as long as, if he has higher speed, it's good, but you kind of have to guess where the player is. The player has a pretty big advantage as far as, you know, them going first, right? Because they, in theory, should always know where the monster starts. But, yeah, I don't know. Just kind of interesting. But we don't actually even play this game. Like, we don't actually show this game off, short of just the video. It's 100% for the video, so I'm not really worried about it being good or bad or anything. It was just like an interesting, this is like a thought experiment more than anything. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting. Yeah. Quite the achievement. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you, BK. Yeah, it's I'm tired. How you doing today? It's a success for 1 hour, 100%. I would call it good. Doing well, thanks. Practicing? Practicing. Yep. Nope, my brain's not working. Yeah, practice it. My brain is very, very dyslexic right now. Practicing pixel art it's hard. That is very true. Art is hard. So is thinking, apparently, and on my end here. After making 2 games in 2 days, my brain would be fried too. Yeah, I mean, so technically it was like I had a day of whatever in between, but cool wall paint bag. Yeah, thank you. It's my studio. Yeah, but I have been like working all day today because this is actually for a Blackthorn prod video. Wow, that was a really bad that was a bad one. I'm just gonna die. Give me a sec. Blackthorn prod video. Maybe I should have just slept today, huh? Maybe it is. Honestly, I appreciate that, Maximus. I'm surprised you didn't just, you know, crucify me right then and there. Let's move on. Please and thank you. Anyway, let's look at the 24-hour game as well. Yeah, what kind of pixel art are you working on? You making your own game? I would assume your name has dev in the name, so I would assume you're doing something. If you're still here after my me being weird. Anyway. Yeah, so this is the other game, which I think turned out pretty cool. I drew this table texture. Which, did I need to draw wood grain? No, I could have just grabbed an asset, but I drew it. Just practicing, trying to make landscapes, slowly getting the hang of it. Nice. This is... Why do you spend time during a game jam to draw wood grain? Honestly, the table is like... I don't know, I kind of really wanted my art style to be... Well, I guess it's not even my art style, right? I just wanted it to be my art. Especially when it's... like a horror game, visuals are like really important, right? So I kind of wanted it to just be mine. And arguably it didn't really take that long, and it was like a good break from like game mechanic stuff. You know, the table's important. My favorite card though is by far this card right here though. I literally have it open and here we go. This is my favorite card. was cool. Is this in Tabletop Simulator? It is. Do you do game dev? Yeah, so I'm a board game dev. Is what I would say. I don't really do video game stuff, but Heartburn, true. It's Corruption is what these cards are called. So yeah, the theme here is it's like a Western horror game. I was kind of inspired by Hunt Showdown. Just that sort of like theme where it's very like, you know, cowboys, but something else is going on, right? So the game is a PvPvE game to kind of go along with that sort of feel, right? This is similar to other games. It's not like 100% original, but it's somewhere between like I'm trying to think of like examples. Like I know the games exist, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. I played like a Bloodborne board game, and it's kind of a lot like that. It's a little bit like Arkham Horror. It's a little bit like poker. So yeah, basically the idea is players have items, and we'll just shuffle the deck, I guess. You get like 5 items to start the game. These are your like inventory slots, essentially. And you have all these. You have tools, which like just help you with random stuff. They're kind of more all around items. There's weapons, which help you with creature events, and then there's rations, which help during mealtime, and then they have some other effects sometimes. And I'll get to that in a second. Then you have your event cards. These have like there's creatures, there's incidents, and there's shops. But when you play down a card, like this card only costs 1 weapon damage to fight it. But every player has to, if they, actually this is a bad example, huh? That one's a little bit different. Okay, sure, the Railroad Wraith. So there's a detriment if you don't fight this, right? So all non-participating players or players who've lost the bet take 1 damage. And it takes 6 weapon damage to kill. So there's a few things you can do. You can either, you can play your weapons, right? I can play both weapons. These weapons, 3 damage each. That gives me a total of, I have to sneeze. No, I don't, do I? I did it. I sneeze. But yeah. Hold on, let's sneeze. Thank you. Oh, also, yeah, thank you for the follow. I don't know why my notification didn't go off. I swear, it like works like 50% of the time. Appreciate that. Or maybe I'm just, it did go off. No worries. I don't know. Like, I guess I didn't hear it on my end. That's the weird thing. Like, the sound didn't go off on my end. Yeah, because, like, normally I'd hear the sound go like, oh, cool, thank you. But, okay, so, like, the sound goes off for you guys, but not for me. Yeah, follow, yeah. Yeah, subs are paid for, except I can't do that. Yeah, I'm actually 2 away from getting 50, which I thought was the only other requirement I needed for Twitch, but I think I need 3 concurrent viewers, or like 3 average concurrent viewers for Twitch streams. So technically, I probably won't quite hit that goal yet, but oh well, here we are. Anyway, back to the game. What am I trying to say? Okay, yeah, so, but what you do is you place your cards face down, and then other players can bet on whether they can beat you or not, right? And so they'll place their cards and then after everyone bets, you can like, so maybe someone else bet some other cards. I can choose to corrupt my ability, so I can just play this and it does 5 damage now, and that that will give me a corruption, which goes into your inventory slots. There's corruption and damage. Corruption can be removed, whereas damage is permanent. So these just take up your inventory slots, and if your inventory is full of these debuffs, you lose, essentially. Then basically the bet is resolved. Any players who lose take the detriment, and the winner gets to take the reward. So yeah, it's kind of cool there. You can also, other options, instead of like, if I can't beat this alone, I can decide to like team up with someone, and then we can both play our cards and work together. There's other cards where you can like sabotage each other and different stuff like that. There's like shop events, which again, you still bet on these, but you bet with other things. Like you can bet with rations, right? To get something. And there's also like multi events, right? So different people can bet on different events. There's a whole bunch of like intricacy to it. At first, hey, no, no scratchies. Sorry, just scratching my couch. But yeah, at first it was gotta get running, catch you another stream. All right, man, I appreciate you stopping by, and have a good rest of your day. I can't words. A rest of your day. A great rest of your day. Or, as they say, a crest of your day. Dude, my brain is done. I'm cooked. It's over. It's 1 a.m. here. Have a great rest of your whatever it is. Farewell. Peace. No matter how far you run, I'll always find you. Oh, God. Anyway. Yeah, but it was kind of interesting because I got like halfway through this game, and one of the things I had was like the potential for you to skip events. Like you could just pass on it. There was no detriments on creatures, and then you could just pass, right? And you just not bid, and the game was just not fun. It just was super boring. But once I removed that, it became like so much more like cutthroat and actually interesting, and now it's actually fun. Oh, the other thing is mealtime. After an event is like finished, after you get the reward, you throw the event down, and then mealtime happens where you discard 1 ration, and then you take a random item from the draw pile. That's the only really other mechanic. But yeah, I don't know. It was pretty cool. I had a lot of fun with it. We played Munchkin. It's similar to this. I played Munchkin once, and I can't remember it at all. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games that this is similar to. It's not like anything drastically new. But, you know, I thought it was at least fun. Most of the ideas were conceptually cobbled together from different inspirations, but I'm sure it kind of ended up much like existing games, you know? So, but yeah, I'm happy with it. Yeah, I like this art, the Gorge Beast. Some of the events I was like were at the end, so I don't think they were as good. But Saloon's not bad. I like the Dust Devil. I thought that was kind of fun. Kitten, what are you doing? Duel's not bad. A lot of these were like traced art too, though, to be honest. Like I traced certain things. I obviously did some like modifications, but some of it was traced. Gasp, I know. Some of the weapons are pretty cool too. It's a really simple style, but you know, I only had so long to do it. I like the tonic. I like how I did the water look there. But throwing knife is not bad. Lantern is also pretty good. I don't use like kind of did like a charcoal look with, and I did a lot of smudging, which I think really helped the look. It really does make me want to do more like different art because I've been doing Armies Against Entropy for like months now. The ritual knife is kind of cool. It doesn't really look that interesting, but the handle is supposed to be like a deer jaw, you know, like a deer jawbone. So, I don't know. I thought that was interesting. The coach gun. But yeah, I don't know. That's it. That's the game. Not really how you make things out of bones normally, but it's still neat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would carve it out of bones. It's more of like the handle was whatever, but I couldn't find any like good looking ritual knives that looked like creepy, but so I was just like, I don't know, let's just take a bone thing. Yeah, normally you'd just like carve down the bone, right? Rather than using an existing bone as like an embellishment. Slop, yeah. My favorite part about Slop is that the so like at mealtime you had to like pay a ration, and I tested this with Bradley, and he called it the slop tax, which is my probably my favorite term. You got to pay the slop tax. So I thought that was fun. Wasn't even expecting you to have a favorite part about Slop. You know, most people don't. That's my favorite part about Slop. Yep. Here we are. So yeah, we did it. This was the game. And then there's like some spots where there's like dice rolling involved. Like if I kill this creature, then there's like a random chance at, you know, getting different results. And you could also like play something like the Liar's Dice to get an additional. Probably should have been like called Cheater's Dice. I don't know. I just kind of wrote things. Ugh. Kind of sick of sitting in my chair too. It's like surprisingly like hot out. It's like winter, but it's like 66 degrees, and I'm like, what's happening? That's Fahrenheit as well. I'm not sure if you use Celsius or Fahrenheit, but here we are. Stupid Fahrenheit, being dumb. Anyway, that's the game. I'm gonna probably try to draw something and then be done, I think is the goal today. If it was Celsius, there would be riots. Oh, 100%, but... yeah, I guess it's pretty obvious from the number that it makes sense what temperature it actually is. It's actually Kelvin. It's really close to absolute zero. Anyway, we need to make, we need to draw a card. 66 Kelvin isn't even close to absolute zero. Absolute zero is 273. Am I thinking of something else? What might... Am I, like, losing my mind? What, Oh, 273. No. You're saying absolute zero is 273 Celsius. Zero is absolute zero, and right? Sorry, I forgot that about absolute zero didn't mean zero C. Yeah, because 0 Kelvin is 0 Celsius. Sorry, zero Kelvin is absolute zero. Like, that's what it's based on, right? My brain is also melting. It's contagious, I'm sorry. Yes, correct. It's negative, whatever. AKA pretty cold. That would have been a cool, like, concept to do too, actually, is like do a Frostpunk style game. It's not really horror, but I guess impending doom is kind of terrifying, but you know. It's like a game that I think, like, I like conceptually, but I don't think I will ever play. Too sad for me. And also, I'm not really like a... Screw the theme, I'm doing Frostpunk. I mean, you could have like frost monsters, but you know, that's just like too much. Creatures that can only survive at absolute zero because they're from the void of space. No, I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. But thematically, I think it's cool. I have an idea. The idea is to use this card idea that you came up with and draw a card art for it. It's draw a minion whenever it says monster or ruins. I think actually just all other card types besides minions. So like when a monster ruins or wasteland is destroyed. Using my ideas is always a good idea. It's an especially good idea when I can't think of anything right now anyway, and I mean, it's a good idea to begin with, but I also don't have any brain power, so I'm just going to pick it and draw. Now, as we all know, what is my cat doing? There she is. I was like, what is that noise? She's in a box and she's just like eating the side of it. I think there's also paper in there that she's crumpling. As we all know, all wastelands are based off of lands. So I think we're going to take this turtle and we're going to make it like a skeletal turtle. It's going to be a dead turtle. And then we're going to call it something, and then it'll be this thing. We're going to make it evil. What do we want to call this thing? I like husk is a good thing, like, what are some words we use? I was like void husk, but we've used void for like 6,000 things at this point. And I don't think we can use Void anymore. I think it's over. Technically, we... Well, no. What's more of like a... It's a wasteland. And it could just be called a husk, but... I'm wondering if it needs a secondary term. It probably should have some... Well, because of the existing card is just a giant turtle. That's just what it's called. I think just a husk could work. Is there a scary name for islands? That's just a weird question to ask. Other words for island. Lagoon. It's not really. Nah. Kind of like drift is interesting, like adrift. Haven, Sanctuary, Shard, Spire, Atoll, Key, Clay, Archipelago? No. Skerry? Skerry, a rocky island. Scurry Husk. Could be interesting. Apparently that's a word. We're looking it up. It's a rock. It's a rocky island. That could kind of work. A Scurry Husk. It's not like the best name ever, but it's no better than Blighted Marsh, you know? Okay, maybe that's not true, but one's just a Barrens, you know? This is our temp name. I also just might want to call it a husk. What's another word for, like, floating? Drifting. Why can't there be cool words for everything, you know? Buoyant. Hovering. Suspended. Four AM is not prime naming finding time. I am useless right now. It's okay, dude. I'm also useless. I'm kind of surprised you're up. I feel like I haven't seen you on Friday streams as much, which is totally fine. You're more than good to be asleep. Do not take that as a whatever. I think I'm just gonna call it a husk. Just call it good enough. Like we said, neither of us can really function right now mentally, so we're just gonna call it a husk and we're just gonna move on. And we're just going to draw and hope that that's something I can do right now. Because, gee golly, I can't, you know? I literally can't even. A husk. Done. Step 1. Complete. Step 2. Get a thing. And that thing is the card layout. Card template. Monsters V3. Cool. It almost needs to be reframed slightly. One might say. Which means we need to do this. Understood. I will never miss a Friday stream now. Good. And don't you forget it. Okay. Step 2. Add a filter. Probably. We could go this route where it's like the pinky sort of colors, or we could go more teal, but that's not really shifting it that far. It should probably makes more sense to start with the actual, like... Let's look up a sea turtle skeleton. Nope. There we go. That's actually kind of interesting looking. Look at that. That's what a dead sea turtle looks like. Of course, this is slightly different. I honestly... I'm tempted just to merge this whole thing. I think I'm going to. Merge layer. Of course, the first true step is to remove the baby turtle. Because if the big turtle's dead, so is the baby turtle, you know? I just murdered a baby turtle, is what I'm trying to tell you. Let's get my tablet out. Ugh. Oh, I meant to see if this worked. Hold on. This is not important whatsoever, but it matters to me, okay? I don't think it will work, but it's certainly worth a shot. Damn it. Okay, I don't think it works with... It probably worked on... Did it work on Twitch? No, it just doesn't work. That's such a shame. It works if you have 7 TV on Twitch, but it doesn't really work. It probably just... Okay, so it does pop up like that. Interesting. Interesting. I guess it's just not connected to YouTube properly. But we can get a tiny little emote of the Radish King. So, you know, there's that. Or the Turnip King. Why did I call it the Radish King? Yeah, it only works on on Twitch, I guess. Here we are. Yeah, I guess it's just broken on YouTube. I will have to figure that out, but it does work on Twitch. I'm kind of cool with that. At least it works somewhere, you know? Hopefully, I mean, what I was hoping for is that I was gonna have affiliate on Twitch, but apparently that's not how that works. I'm only 2 subscribers away, so. But like I said, I need the proper amount of watch hours, and I do not have that. So sad. Not watch hours. What am I talking about? Not the proper number of concurrent viewers. Which I guess is kind of the same thing, but same but different, you know? Yeah, I was thinking it might be interesting to do like other art streams that aren't armies, or just kind of draw stuff at some point, just for the fun of it. Because this is all I ever do anymore. But I don't hate it, it just would be kind of cool to... Probably should just do more art in my spare time, honestly. Just for the fun of it. But, you know, here we are. Because it was kind of cool to like just practice my skills at a different style, and then realizing how much better I got just in general compared to where I've been at, you know? It's been a really long time since I've done much else. Besides this, you know. Just felt good. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really do need to do anatomy more. That's probably like my biggest weakness as far as I mean, I have plenty of weaknesses, but I would say is probably the one I'm would like to work on the most. Just because I think I need to. Yeah, just some chill art today. Gotta do our Bob Ross impression. Just a happy little tree. Just a dead little turtle. It's completely not alive. It succumbed to the forces of darkness. Guess you wouldn't really see through it, but it's okay. We'll get there. Oh, right. Can't really fully erase right now. Because I have merged every layer, for better or worse. I don't know if that really works. The Turnip King. King of the turnips. It's kind of interesting because, like, it's not even connected here, like, in the, like, it doesn't go all the way to the, like, shell doesn't connect all the way. It's kind of like ribs, really. It's like front ribs. Trying to decide like how much you would see through this. I think we're gonna start by just making it see-through, and we'll go from there. Probably should have done this to start rather than starting with the lines first. That's okay. So I'm erasing the lines I just did. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but I've kind of committed. Just doing a paint over. You're doing this real backwards? Maybe. I could just redraw it, right? But probably should just draw over it rather than doing it the way I'm doing it. But part of me is like, I'm just committed now, you know? Sometimes you gotta trust the process, you know? I mean, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you shouldn't trust the process, but... Currently, I'm trusting the process. For better or for worse. But I may start over anyway. Because it's going to be really hard to, like, isolate a lot of this stuff. I could, like... Try to see if this works. Oh, wait, it's not going to actually do it that way. Yeah, whatever. Doing it bass backwards. This is the cheater's way of doing it, is the plan. But it may be like one of those things where you're trying to do less work and you end up just making more work for yourself. It's like when you get groceries and you try to carry them all in one load. This is the equivalent of that. Just trying to be lazy, but actually making more work for myself. You know, despite real turtle shells being one way, I'm going to draw this so it just connects. Just so it makes more logical sense here. Be doing that. Very curious to see if this even works out at all. There's gonna be a lot of like masking, which is gonna be kind of annoying. And then like clean up afterward. I think it will work. It's just not pretty currently. So this should really be like a darker color, but maybe like, I don't know, this color. Right, I'm gonna be using this. It's looking real ugly, but it'll get there. Trust. I just need everybody to believe. I'm doing this more like painting than drawing, that's the thing. Like this is very different than how I normally work. I really, like, if I did it the way I normally would, I would just draw over everything and then, you know, I just start over, really. Just use this as a sketch. But instead, we are doing it this way. Because we're feeling different today. We're just being real spicy today. Yeah, we're just gonna give it a few fingers. It's looking like a skeleton now, right? Maybe. Kinda. It's really rough, but it's getting there. Not like a real skeleton, but you know. It's a fantastical creature. And it will look, as we like to say in the industry, good enough. Probably. Maybe. I'm gonna cover up like a lot of this with like crystals and stuff, I think. So we're just making it real rough. It's okay. Okay, now for the annoying part. Let's see if select subject works. Decently well, actually. Good job, AI. That worked incredibly well. Now we just need the magic wand tool and erase these areas. I think we might try gradient mapping. Something I haven't done that much, and it seems interesting to try. Gradients. How do you do this again? How does one gradient map? Adjustments? Gradient map. Yeah, look at that. It's almost the color I want. Oh, actually though, hold up. We do want to remove the mouth. And the eye. hollow bit on the side of the head. And I guess to make it sure we do this right, I want to make sure I'm like using proper colors here. Grading mode, okay. Let's go to our swatches. We want to change this guy to maybe this. Ooh, it's too bright. Those are the dark color. That may be actually pretty good. Like this color? Yeah. Actually, one of the things I might want to do here is add a do this. I don't think this area is quite right. Maybe it should be like this. And then Oops. There we go. Just finish cleaning up the lines. Trying to look at the original turtle art here. Player cards, lands, giant turtle. Yeah, the water was up here, but has since disappeared. Okay. I think the way I want to do this is I also want this to be more, can we just colorize it instead? Not really. I think rather than doing this, we're just gonna go like this. L. Okay. Do a new layer. And then we will take our magenta, paste it here, and then I think we want to do color. Maybe more of like this color. And then the sky. Oh, that's easy. Easy peasy. So the sky, will maybe go with the signature teal color here. Can we copy? There's a way to do this. Is it Control Shift V? No. Oh, if you just click on this and then invert. There we go. Beautiful. Except this really has to be a darker color. Color burn is decent. Or linear burn, rather. Actually, let's do it this way. Too dark. But maybe not. I'm gonna clean up some of these like little fuzzies, but other than that, it's looking decent. I might compare this with like an existing art. Just to get the colors a little more accurate, but we need art, card art, old gods. Let's compare it to like I don't know what's a good thing to compare it to. Maybe no, let's just open like an Abyssal Horde or something. Let's get like this color in here at the bottom. Maybe we should go for, let's open like Blightmite. I want this deep blue here. Yeah, this is gonna be the above area. I think selecting these little clouds we'll do a make them darker too. I think this might not be a teal kind of card. I think it might just be red. The teal isn't quite working here, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's quite right. I think it is just a magenta kind of card. Which I guess then we use like this color. I'm lost as to what I did to. Let's delete that. Oh, right. I guess it's influencing the existing color behind it. Kind of like linear burn, but it's a little bit. Can you like lower the influence a little bit? Or maybe we like duplicate this layer and do one as color. Just to get that in there, and then this can be maybe multiply and multiply maybe. There we go. This is kind of backwards though. Kind of like the red water though. How did I just? Did something there for a second, and I don't know how I did it. No. I almost wonder if I can... If I go here and I change this to like just a light gray instead. Does that fix anything for me? Not really. Okay, we do need to have like a magenta like cast light on here. And then put some like dark shadows in there. This also needs to be like a multiply layer. There we go. Okay, we really just need to clean it up, and I think we're good. Gotta figure out how to clean it up is the question. Brush this. Okay. Okay, so eraser removes it. So in theory, a pen with black, no, with I'm confused. It's inverted though, that's the problem. We just go through manually and do this. Two games in 2 days? Damn, yeah, it was rough. Basically like too many game jams together. Also, hello, welcome Rocket Star. Just been doing some drawing today, but yeah, I don't know if you've heard of... I said Rocket Star, Rockstar. My brain is not working today, so I apologize. You know, as you can tell, after working on 2 games in 2 days, that that fries someone's brain. But yeah, was not great on the brain. But so I'm just trying to chill and do some art. I don't know if you've heard of the YouTube channel Blackthorn Prod, but it was for one of their sort of like challenge video things. I made a game in an hour and a game in... What engine you using, or you just using a coding language itself? Neither, actually, which is the funny thing. I'm a board game developer. The closest thing to an engine I use is a program called Dexterous, which lets you make cards. Oops, click on the wrong thing 3 times. But yeah, I do board game stuff. Mostly card game sort of things, but yeah, making a trading card game. It's my main project is a cooperative trading card game, but yeah. I made a board game and a card game for the two games I made. This is the game I made in 24 hours. I'm most proud of this card. I think it looks cool. And then, you know, here's some of the event cards and stuff like that. Mainly use Rage, developed with C++, created by Rockstar Games Studios. I've heard of it. I've heard other people talk about it. I'm most familiar with like the big three, like, well, I don't know if is Godot the big three now. I don't know. Godot, you know, Unity and Unreal, but not that I really know coding language that well or at all. But at some point I might get into it. I was thinking of making potentially making my game into a digital like computer game kind of thing, but that's like on the wish list basically. I don't know why this isn't working, and I don't know if it's just me being dumb or what, but for some reason I can't get this clipping mask to work properly. I did it earlier though, didn't I? Maybe it's just the wrong... No. What have I done to make this not work? I am on a racer. That's part of it. Okay. It should be... What the heck? I don't know why this isn't working. Yeah, it's cool. Do you actually work for Rockstar? I guess, seeing as your name is Rockstar Developer. Or is it just because you like using their engine? And if so, what game are you making? Tell me about your project. Sorry, like I said, my brain is like moving in slow motion right now, so forgive me for being slow. Oh, maybe it's because... Oh, okay, hold on. No, cancel. No. That could be it. Yeah, because we're messing with it on multiple things here. Art is hard. current layer. There. B. Why does he keep doing that? What you doing? Huh? Hi. There's a wild kitten. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do one more just draw over layer here because it's being kind of a pain. Just the line art's a little sloppy, unfortunately. Or my coloring, rather. Maybe I should just put this behind, like here, maybe. Ugh. Guess that's the problem with putting it. Yeah, it's fine. It's a okie dokie. What happens if I want to add a color? This color is black. Okay, so it is colors affected by that. Interesting. Cancel. Yeah, whatever. Don't know how to fix it, so we're just gonna do it this way. I don't know why it's being weird. It's definitely user error, but you know, here we are. Sometimes you are a user and you have errors. That's just all there is to it. It's as good as it's gonna get. With maybe the exception of doing something like that goes over everything. Can really do like this. Yeah. That is actually kind of cool, but that's not what I'm looking for. Well, we got there in the end, but I think this is it. I was thinking about adding like crystals, but I don't know. Maybe we'll add some. We'll just do some here real quick. I just don't know if it's necessary, you know? Yeah, I just don't think it's necessary. I don't even know if I've saved until now. I keep noticing parts where I'm just like, I did not do that well. That's what you get for like just doing everything extremely roughly and then saying I'm gonna fix it later. That's what I get, really. That's on me. Okay, that's actually done though. Export PNG. And I think 2 hours and 19 minutes is more than enough time to stream, especially because I have been functioning under at very poor capacity. But I didn't want to like keep avoiding Friday streams because I feel like I miss them all the time, and I missed Wednesday, so it was like figured I might as well. So Old Gods is a land with a husk. Save. Cool. Well, that's it, everyone. I'm done here. There we go. There's me. I will see y'all. I guess we can, you know, let's just raid someone. It's just me, but whatever. We'll do it anyway. I want to make more friends. Let's look at art, people. The art category, because we were mostly doing art. Can we find anyone doing anything remotely similar to what we were doing? Jesus. Don't mind me. Just searching. Searching through the art. I could just pick someone at random at this point. We're just hanging out. Make sure. Oops. I want to make sure that everything was working here. And it is. There's some interesting stuff here. Let's see. Well, that's a good one. I wonder if does it filter? Oh, it's specifically for me. Interesting. Oh, wait, I guess it should be everyone, though. Yeah, I'm not finding anything I'm like particularly interested in, I would say. Oh, here's someone testing their own TCG. Testing my own TCG. Hell yeah, there we go. That's what we like to see. Raid. Alright, y'all. See you all on Monday. Yeah, Monday. Alright, y'all. Have a good one.
Hello, Beats. Beats Creations. Thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Hope you're having a fine evening. Alright, so what did we just do? We just searched